Tennis Australia gives Novak the green light. He applies for a visa to come to Australia, and it's not clear to me what happened next. There's been some suggestion that he applied for the wrong visa. Anyway, the long story short, the process of getting into a country is a two-stage one always, at the best of times. You apply for the visa, you're granted a visa. When you arrive in a country, particularly in Australia, you are stopped by officials who put you through a verification process. This is the point at which he's picked up. It's called immigration clearance. The whole process was supposed to involve Novak supplying the evidence to support the claims that he made that he was exempt to come into the country. He fails to do that. When he fails, his visa, which was valid, it allowed him to travel to Australia. It's cancelled under Australian law. He then becomes liable to immediate immigration detention, and he must be removed as soon as practicable. So he has no right of appeal. He can't go to a tribunal. He can't say, I'm the world's greatest tennis player. I obeyed all the rules and I thought I could come here. They gave me a visa. Can't do any of that. The only thing he can do, and this is a right that we've inherited from our British heritage, you can go to court to challenge the government to say the way I've been treated was unlawful, and it's called judicial review. That's what he's done, and he's succeeded today in stopping his removal tonight. But we have to wait till Monday for the judge to actually hear the whole case. And then we've got to see what happens. He doesn't have a right to bring up the merits of his case. He's got to find a legal error. And the way that the law is written makes it really difficult for him. I do think that he has flown into the eye of a political storm. And you've got, I don't know if you've seen what's happening in Australia, but the number of cases in Australia have just gone through the roof. They've stopped counting effectively, and the hospitals are overwhelmed, overrun. And so as soon as Novak Djokovic got on Twitter and announced that he's coming to Australia, he's got a medical exemption, Australian Twitter went crazy. And I actually think that's behind what has happened to him. And so it's a real mess. It's a total mess, because this should have been sorted out before he put one foot on an aeroplane. It's shameful. One of the first questions the judge asked today was whether the hotel had a tennis court, whether he could practice. And of course the answer is no. He's in quarantine. The real question is going to be, if he loses, is he going to pack up his bags and go voluntarily? If he doesn't, and he waits and gets removed forcefully, he could face exclusion for up to 3 years. Yeah. In theory. But while we have the pandemic raging everywhere, he's in trouble. Yeah. And I think the bigger trouble for him also is that if Australia does this, it might actually put some backbone in other countries to say the same thing. You don't get vaccinated. We don't want you here. We don't want you here, mate.